Alright, recently Rev gave another shout out to my video along with offering the community a sneak peek of the Mongol update if the video reached 100 likes plus. Not only am I thankful for the extra support Rev gave me, even though most people blindly liked it because Rev promised a sneak, but I was far more excited for the incoming leak we were about to earn. I've been waiting so long for the slightest clue of what is to come for the next update. Armors, mystical items, locations, nearly anything that would reel us in on the upcoming update. And as the likes appeared like a countdown, as we wait for the leak to drop, we finally get our very first image of the Mongolian invasion update. A fucking bird. Now, it goes completely without saying that no one could grasp the concept of how this reveal was in any way useful. How this illuminated animal could spark a goddamn light bulb in anyone's heads. Obviously, some of us were pretty disappointed. There's no caption or anything that could guide us to understand what the hell Rev just presented to the community. So we have an animal, an aviated animal, very possibly a representation of something. We see the animal engraved to what looks like a piece of armor or something like that, I'm not sure. Now, I believe it could very undoubtedly be a phoenix. And just to prepare you, this is basically all we're going to be talking about in the entire video. In-game, we already have references to this mythical being. That being the phoenix armor and stance, along with the phoenix child that randomly appears throughout the map. And as you know, all three of these items give you astonishing power in combat by taking the flame of the phoenix child. Now, the phoenix is a very popular symbolic animal that is shared by cultures around the world. In Japanese culture, it is titled the Ho-Oh and shares a very similar meaning to the Chinese phoenix, the Fang Hong. Onmark Productions states that this mystical bird represents fire, the sun, justice, obedience, fidelity, and the Southern Star constellations. According to Chinese legend, the Ho-Oh appears very rarely and only to mark the beginning of a new era, the birth of a virtuous ruler. For example, in other traditions, the Ho-Oh appears only in peaceful and prosperous times, and hides itself when there is trouble. As the herald of the new age, the Ho-Oh descends from heaven to earth to do good deeds, and then it returns to its celestial abode to await a new era. It is both a symbol of peace when the bird appears, and a symbol of disharmony when the bird disappears. In China, early artifacts show the phoenix as intimately associated with the dragon. The two are portrayed either as mortal enemies or as blissful lovers. When shown together, the two symbolize both conflict and wedded bliss, and are a common design motif even today in many parts of Asia. And that makes me think if the phoenix child was a result of the phoenix and the dragon, though it could simply just be birthed from the phoenix alone, since most cultures describe the phoenix as a male and a female, therefore it does not require a mate to multiply. Most of them also describe that the phoenix doesn't have any children and has to die in order to be reborn as its own child, basically. It fans the embers of its wings, burning itself to death, then is reborn from its own ashes, which is why the phoenix child states that you are not created from the ashes before offering you a stance. They might be saying that you aren't worthy of this power because you are not a phoenix since you were not reborn from the ashes, but obviously they give it to you anyways at a price, giving you immortal, powerful mystical abilities granted by the phoenix's flame. And I'm referring to after purchasing the stance when he says, taking the flame from you will make you strong. This means the phoenix child must be a replacement of the last phoenix, or I should say a rebirth, any way you'd like to look at it. Because if the phoenix child doesn't have any young or mates, the phoenix child either shouldn't exist or isn't the child of the phoenix, and is simply just a traditional reincarnation of the former phoenix. Unless this game is altering mythology and following its own rules of the phoenix. If it is, I'm completely down for that and would actually be very interested on what they build off of this new mythological rulebook of theirs. At the same time, I don't think that's what's happening here, because Blood Samurai has already shared so much relevance to history, so I wouldn't be surprised at all if they accurately followed Asian mythology as well. But if that was the case, why does the phoenix child hold that title, child? And why is it humanoid? If it's really just a new reborn phoenix, why doesn't it take the form of a phoenix? Many unanswered questions that sadly might stay unanswered for quite some time, and probably don't matter. But I also want to highlight another sneak, if you want to call it that. I want us to shift our attention to Rev's random ass comment in the update logs channel. Flames are falling from the sky. Oh no. Now this could either very obviously be clarifying the Mongols' use of gunpowder weaponry, or if you're anything like me, you could theorize that this is phoenix related, since the phoenix is known to be a flaming bird. I mean, who knows? Don't you think it's weird that they revealed an image of the phoenix not long after posting the comments? I'm sort of joking, but to be honest, that could be a possibility. Anyways, that'll wrap things up for this video. Remember, the Mongols are coming and we're all gonna suffer under the wrath of Kublai Khan.